Can't be beat! Can't be beat! Won't be beat! Won't be beat! Let's go!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the football field here at Milford High School, as Milford TD is once again happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks football. This is Tim Coet on the broadcast. Once again, as you can see, it is soggy and rainy conditions here in Milford for football, but that did not put a damper on this Milford offense last week. A tremendous 42-8 victory in their first home game of 2015. And take a look at these passing numbers for Zach Lanzetta last week. Over 200 yards passing. And overall now on the season, 52 for 84 for a 62% completion percentage. He's thrown for 865 yards. And this Milford offense continues to roll along. It was a huge victory. Blake Hill also a key in the game last week with 2 passing touchdowns and also a rushing TD. He now leads the Hockomock League in touchdown receptions. Zach Lanzetta also leading the Hockomock League in touchdown passes. But this offense will be put to the test here tonight as they take on the 4-0 Foxboro Warriors. This Foxboro team doing it all this season. They are one of the top scoring teams in the league, and they have also allowed the second fewest points in all of the Hockomock League, second only to North Attleboro. So tough on both sides of the football. It will be a major test for Milford here at home tonight. It is Milford taking on Foxboro. We will have the opening kick in just moments here on coverage of Milford High School athletics on Milford TV. Welcome back inside Milford High School as your Scarlet Hawks take the field. Once again, Malcolm Zale out there getting all of the action shots right at field level. The Hawks again at 2-2 overall on the season, taking on the undefeated 4-0 Foxboro Warriors. Both teams out here on the field, and really, all things considered, the conditions right around game time now not looking too bad. The rain still is coming down, but it has lightened significantly. Right about 6:40 this evening, it was just about the worst torrential downpours you could see. Sent the fans scattering for cover and had us wondering if this game was going to potentially go into a delay, but the rain has lightened up significantly. It seems like the worst of it is behind us, so we shouldn't have a problem getting this game in its entirety, as the captains for both of these squads are out there now at midfield about to go through the coin toss. A very big test for the Scarlet Hawks here this evening with Foxboro, who have a tandem of quarterbacks at their disposal who have done considerable damage to their Hockomock League opponents so far this season, displaying a little bit of everything from the running game to the passing game, so that will be something for the Hawks to watch out for, which QB takes the field at any given time over the course of this game. And of course, one of the problems for the Scarlet Hawks in their matchups with Foxboro in recent years has been trying to contain their powerful running game. That was something that Milford struggled mightily with a season ago, as the 2 star running backs for Foxboro in 2014 really having a day. Ronnie Martin, who is on this team this year, over 150 yards rushing against Milford a season ago. Meanwhile, the coin toss in the books. Foxboro will receive as they won the coin toss, so that Warriors offense will be first out there, and the Milford defense immediately put to the test. These teams look ready to go. It is almost game time here in Milford. The Scarlet Hawks and the Warriors coming up next on Milford TV.
Can't be beat. Won't be beat. Won't be beat. Can't be beat. Can't be beat.
We are back inside the football field at Milford High School once again. Both teams on the field. Milford about to kick it away from right to left. And the freshman, Sean Lahane, ready to get it started. As again, the rain continues to lighten up as the ball is in the air. Reeled in just inside the 20-yard line. And now finding some open territory towards the near side of the field. The return man spilling across the 35-yard line all the way up towards the 37. So pretty decent field position for the Foxboro Warriors as they start this opening drive. And now the Hawks defense out there. They made life an absolute misery for Charlie Ryan and the Oliver Ames offense a week ago. Unable to muster much of any offense until those closing seconds, finally avoiding the shutout. But a much different test here today, as immediately Foxboro will test the middle of this Milford defense. Just a couple of yards gained on the ground on that first down run. It'll be second down and about 6 yards to go as we travel through the opening minute of this first quarter action. Officially second down and 7 now. Now looking to throw on second down, the throw over the middle and a little bit underthrown, and it's incomplete, targeting number 11, Austin Ryan. Right now, Mark Clagg out there under center as the quarterback for the Warriors. So it will be third down and long now for the Warriors, and Milford would love nothing more than a quick 3 and out to open this game and set the tone. Foxboro breaks the huddle. Clagg out of the shotgun. A running back to his right. Drops back to pass, has some time, now in trouble, flushed out of the pocket. He's able to reverse field, still buying time as he gets a nice block out in front. Now throws it deep, and he has a wide open receiver at the 30-yard line, and he is going to be in untouched for the touchdown. A broken play for the Warriors that looked doomed from the start, but Clagg was able to use his legs to just continue to waste time, and finally he was able to find his receiver, Austin Ryan, open. And what a start to this one. It looked like the defense was going to quickly get off the field, and just like that, a huge touchdown. Roughly 60 yards on that touchdown catch for Austin Ryan. Foxboro lined up for the point after now. A clean snap, a clean hold, and the kick is good. Just over a minute into this action, and it is already 7-0 Foxboro. Milford will have a chance to bring their offense on the field for the first time tonight when we come back in just moments here on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. Mark Clagg to Austin Ryan for 59 yards, gives the Warriors an early lead. Now the kick away as Milford tries to slice their way through the special teams of Foxboro. They're able to get as far as about the 34-yard line. And that is where the Scarlet Hawks offense will begin as Zach Lanzetta prepares to take the field. Again, a phenomenal day a week ago against the Oliver Ames Tigers, going 13 for 16 for 233 yards and 3 touchdown passes. That included a 39-yard touchdown bomb. The Hawks in an early hole after that dramatic touchdown, again on a broken play. It looked like the Hawks had Clagg dead to rights, but he was able to elude tackles long enough to make something happen. So now 1st and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks as they will hand it off to Jack DeSantis on first down. He waits for his blockers, dives forward across the line of scrimmage for maybe a yard. They mark him down for a gain closer to 2 yards. Jack DeSantis, a good day rushing the ball. 14 carries for 82 yards and a score last week against the Tigers. 9 minutes and 20 seconds still to go in this opening quarter as Lanzetta operates out of the shotgun. He has DeSantis to his left looking to throw and sends the pass towards the near side looking for Blake Hill. The pass underthrown. Hill tried to dive for it, but could not make the catch, and it will be third down for Milford. Third down and about 8 yards to go for this Hawks offense. Lanzetta ready. He fakes the handoff, has some time, looks over the middle, and is able to hit Nesta in the hand, but Nesta can't pull it down, and this will be a quick 3 and out for the Hawks. Nesta sticking the hand out, trying to make the nifty one-handed catch, but with these slick conditions, couldn't pull it down, in a punting situation now for Milford. Bit of a line drive punt. It's going to take a bounce just shy of the 35-yard line, and the Hawks will down it. The line of scrimmage for Foxboro will be the 34-yard line with an even 9 minutes on the clock, so Milford unable to gain a single first down on their opening drive. Clegg under center once again for the Warriors as he looks to throw on first down. A quick pass to the near sideline is reeled in. Caught by number 12, Jason Procaccini, excuse me. And that will move the chains for this Warriors offense. A nice catch made on the move by Procaccini, who was able to stick the hands out and pull it in. Line of scrimmage now, the Foxboro 45. Man in motion. They hand it off to Austin Ryan, trying to sweep across the far side. He's able to push his way across midfield. A good gain on first down for Ryan, this time in the running game. A gain of about 9 yards. Austin Ryan reeling in that 59-yard touchdown pass on the Warriors' opening drive. A senior listed at an even 6 feet, 175 pounds. Clegg this time will hand it off on second and short, and a good gain here further into Milford territory. And that was Ronnie Martin, the big senior running back for Foxboro. Again, we talked about his contributions in the matchup against Milford a season ago. Over 150 yards gained on the ground in that game. 158 yards to be exact on 17 carries, and 2 touchdowns was the day for Ronnie Martin. Splitting time with Keon Neal, who has since graduated. Neal also with a big game, 124 yards and 3 touchdowns against Milford. And meanwhile, the flag down on the play, a holding call going against the Warriors, so Milford able to catch a break. The big gain for Ronnie Martin negated. The clock continuing to roll now, down towards 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Warriors break the huddle. Clegg takes the snap. He hands it off again to Martin, who is bottled up as he gets to the 45-yard line. That should be good enough for a Foxboro first down. It is indeed. They will mark his forward progress down to the 43. The nose of the football just touching the 43-yard line of the Scarlet Hawks. First and 10 now as Clegg gets the play from the sidelines and now relays it to the huddle. This Milford defense receiving a shock on that first drive, trying to grab their bearings as again they have Ryan in motion. This time the give is up the middle to Martin. And Martin is brought to a stop at the Milford 40. Gain of about 3 yards on first down for the Warriors. Again, Foxboro 4-0 on the season. under the watchful eye of their head coach, Jack Martinelli, into his 34th season of coaching. Clegg rolling out to his left, looking to buy time. He's able to dump the pass off, complete to Ryan over the middle, and he is brought down at the Milford 20. And so amazing to see once again Mark Clegg just finding a way to scramble. This time he just dumps the pass off. He wasn't able to get much on the throw, threw off his front foot, but was able to get it accurately to Austin Ryan. And now Foxboro is going to push the tempo as they toss it back to Ronnie Martin. Martin looking to turn the corner on the far side, but he is brought down quickly. Jack DeSantis on the coverage that time for the Milford defense. In trouble again, as it will be second down from the 17-yard line. The Warriors really dominating the time of possession in this first quarter. Clegg again with Martin to his left. He hands it off to the senior back, who is immediately swarmed by the defensive front of the Scarlet Hawks. And it looks like he was able to gain about 2 yards, now down to the 15. It'll be third down now with under 5 minutes to play. Third down and 5 for the Foxboro Warriors. Clegg rolls to his right this time. Buying time now. He will run with it himself. And Milford trying to strip that ball free as Clegg got close to the 10-yard line. Did he get enough for the first down? It is going to be close. And instead, no, they do award the first down, so it will be first and goal from the 9-yard line. So Clegg, again, is able to do just enough to get the first down, and Foxboro a golden opportunity to go up by 2 scores. These hardy souls that have once again shown up to support the Milford Scarlet Hawks in less than ideal conditions, back on their heels. They haven't had much to cheer for so far. As timeout is taken on the field, 4 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in this first quarter. It is 7-0 Foxboro. They will be at first and goal from the 9 when we come back next here on Milford TV. Back out of the timeout again, first and goal Foxboro. As Clegg looks to pass, he quickly dumps it off. He has Ronnie Martin on the check down, and Martin is in for the touchdown. A 9-yard score this time. And Foxboro now is able to open up a 13-0 lead, a point after try pending. So 2 passing touchdowns so far for Foxboro. This is typically a Foxboro team in their history that really dedicates themselves to the run, but showing a very balanced offensive attack through these first 2 drives, each of which have resulted in scores. And the point after sails through the uprights, bringing the score officially now to 14-0 in favor of the Warriors. So the 4-0 Warriors immediately applying pressure to Milford here on their home field. We'll see if they can respond next here on coverage of Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV. Milford calling for a pink out for their fans for the game here tonight. The cheerleaders following suit. A good look for the cheerleaders despite the rainy conditions, again showing off their pride, keeping this team and their fans emotionally into the game, and everyone trying to stay up at this point as Foxboro has come out strong out of the gates, opening up the 14-0 lead. Meanwhile, this kick reeled in at the 10-yard line. And finally, Jack DeSantis brought to a hard stop at the 25. So it will be 1st and 10 from their own 25 for Milford as the offense comes back out onto the field. Again, a 3 and out. Not much in the way of success for the offense on that first drive. And even 4 minutes on the game clock as this drive gets underway. Jack DeSantis trying to spin away from a tackle as a flag comes in. DeSantis wrapped up for a big loss out back around the 20-yard line. And this penalty is going against the Hawks. Calling for a face mask penalty against Milford. Now they're pointing the Foxboro way, so it seems like the officials right now trying to get on the same page. One official, the referee, the head referee, pointing towards Milford. One of the other refs coming in pointing towards the Foxboro side, so they talk it over. And so they do reverse course. It is now a face mask call against the Warriors. And so this will give Milford their first big gain offensively on the night. It puts the line of scrimmage now at the Milford 35. First down and 10 now with close to 3.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Lanzetta with a back to each side. He has Maranta in motion. And Lanzetta running it himself, it looked like, close to the first down. And so a good gain, a gain of about 9 yards now for the Scarlet Hawks, setting up 2nd down and 1. As Lanzetta gets the play from head coach Joe Todd. 2 quality coaching staffs on either sideline for this game tonight. Lanzetta with the single running back to his right. The give is to DeSantis, who is immediately stood up. And no gain, it appears, on that rushing attempt for DeSantis, setting up 3rd and short. Looks like even a slight loss for DeSantis. So officially a loss of 1. That makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. The rain has all but ceased here in Milford now. So after those torrential downpours came through prior to the game, conditions improving now. On 3rd down for the Hawks. The snap to Lanzetta. Again, they keep it on the ground. The first down right up through the middle across the 50-yard line and down at the 47. And so DeSantis, after taking the loss on that previous carry, able to force his way forward into Foxboro territory for the first time tonight and give Milford a first down. And with the improving weather conditions, this Milford crowd starting to grow now, and also the fans starting to get a little rowdy with some forward progress out of this offense. Now on first down, the handoff goes to Ryan Nesta, streaking towards the near sideline. He's able to get a short gain on first down, so Milford, a steady diet of running plays here on the second drive.
She's done it 3 times and you just haven't been watching.
Coming down to the final minute of play now in this first quarter, officially 1:19 left to go. As they fake the handoff, the quick pass goes to DeSantis on the near sideline, still on his feet towards the 25 before he's pushed out hard, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. They mark him out at the Foxboro 25. And they are going to rule this a holding call. The initial signal from the referee, a hold against Milford. And it's offsetting penalties as it turns out. So the holding call against Milford, but the personal foul against Foxboro, so the running play will stand. A short passing play, I should say, as Lanzetta was able to get the quick pass away in the flat to Jack DeSantis. And so right now they continue to keep the chains as is. So right now the officials trying to get things straightened out as they now move the ball up, marking it at the 35.
I want to be a mascot. How do I become a mascot?
So they do end up with a first down, the Scarlet Hawks, now from the 35-yard line. So not awarding the full progress on the play from Lanzetta to DeSantis, but now on first down, they will hand it off to number 2 once again, who forces his way forward to the 30. DeSantis really shouldering the load for this running attack for the Scarlet Hawks through this first quarter, which is now down to the final 50 seconds. A gain of 5 yards on that first down run for DeSantis, setting up second down and 5 yards to go from the 30. Chappelle Feaster making his way out onto the field, the freshman able to notch a touchdown run in the fourth quarter against Oliver Ames last week. DeSantis also returning to the field. The clock stopped right now at 38.9 seconds to go. It is 14-0 Foxboro. Milford trying to get themselves back into this game after Foxboro was able to have their way with the Milford defense through their first 2 drives. Lanzetta with DeSantis to his right, Feaster to his left. The give goes to the freshman, Chappelle Feaster, making his way towards the far sideline, now spills his way forward. And that's going to end up going as a loss for the Hawks, brought down back behind the 30-yard line. So they mark Feaster down at the 31-yard line. That will set up 3rd down and 6. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. And it does not look like Milford will have time to get another play off before the end of this quarter as they retake the line. But the final seconds tick down. That brings the first quarter to a close. So Milford finally able to get something going towards the end of the first, but meanwhile a 59-yard touchdown pass to Austin Ryan, a 9-yard touchdown pass to Ronnie Martin in that first quarter has given Foxboro an early 14-0 lead over the Milford Scarlet Hawks. We will flip the field and be back with the start of the second quarter. When we come back again, you are watching coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics here on Milford TV. Back for the start of the second quarter as the Milford High School Marching Band entertains the crowd with the sounds of the Cell Block Tango from the musical Chicago. The marching band excited to have their instruments out for this game as the rain has lightened up. Meanwhile, back to action on the field. 3rd down and 6 for Milford as the pass is nearly picked off as Lanzetta was looking for Jack Capoletti. And it will be 4th down coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. And it looks like they will say that ball was caught. So it sets up a 4th down and short rather than the 4th down and 6. That ball ended up on the turf, but a 4th down and 2. Milford keeps their offense out there as Lanzetta rolls out to his right. Now he'll run with it himself, trying to get the 1st down. And he is able to get enough. So after we have seen Mark Clegg, the quarterback for Foxboro, scramble his way to some big plays tonight, Lanzetta able to use his legs to keep this drive alive and give the Scarlet Hawks a 1st down inside the 25-yard line, down to the 23. Again, this has been a methodical drive for the Scarlet Hawks. We haven't seen the big plays out of this offense that we saw a week ago. As a matter of fact, we have not uttered the name Blake Hill so far tonight. He has split out wide to the near side on this 1st down play as the give goes to Jack DeSantis. He finds a lane, and he's able to get a good gain inside the 20-yard line, down close to the 15. As the Hawks try to keep the Foxboro defense guessing. Again, Blake Hill continues to be just a decoy out there on the field, as now he will line up towards the far side. Lanzetta will look to pass on 2nd down. He rolls out. He's going to pull the ball down and run with it himself. He gets a couple of good blocks out in front. He dives towards the goal line. He's going to be shy, but inside the 5-yard line, all the way down to the 3, where it will be 1st down and goal for the Scarlet Hawks. So Lanzetta again unable to find any open receiving targets downfield. He just pulls the ball down. He got a couple of very nice blocks and ultimately was able to get all the way down to the 3-yard line, where it is 1st down and goal. And the Hawks keep it on the ground on 1st down. Did they get into the end zone? No, they will be shy. DeSantis gets the carry on 1st and goal. He's able to get a yard all the way down to the 2 now. 8 minutes and 34 seconds to go until halftime. The Hawks knocking on the door. Blake Hill now in the backfield. He gets the handoff, and he bulls his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Hawks. Blake Hill's able to finish off the drive with a 2-yard plunge into the end zone. And Milford on the scoreboard now, 14-6, as Sean Lehane takes the field for the point after attempt. Lanzetta to hold. The kick in the air, and it is good. 8 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first half. 14-7 now. Milford has cut the Foxboro lead in half. More to come next here on Milford TV. This Scarlet Hawks offense has been pass heavy through the first 4 weeks of the season, but the Hawks going to the ground game often through that last drive. It was slow, it was methodical, but it made progress nonetheless. And it was 2 big running plays by the quarterback, Zach Lanzetta, that set up shop inside the 5-yard line, and ultimately Blake Hill with the 2-yard touchdown rush to bring the score to 14-7 as the kickoff sails to about the 12-yard line, where it is Austin Ryan trying to find some space and wait for blockers. Nearly forced out of bounds, now reversing back towards the middle of the field. Still on his feet now, as he's all the way now towards the far sidelines, where he has open space outside the 40-yard line, and he is finally forced out of bounds at the 42. These Foxboro Warriors, elusive to say the least. It looked like they were going to have Austin Ryan down well inside the 25-yard line, but he was able to just stay in bounds, reversed back towards the middle of the field, then all the way to the far sideline, where he was able to get himself out. It looks like they will make the line of scrimmage the Foxboro 43-yard line. So solid starting field position for the Foxboro Warriors. Clegg once again under center as they hand it off on first down, forcing across the 45 to the 47. Tim Coet here on the call for coverage of Milford High School football on Milford TV. The Foxboro defense yielding a touchdown to Blake Hill and the Scarlet Hawks. And now the offense looking to pick right up where they left off. 2 successful drives so far for this Foxboro offense, each resulting in a TD. Clegg fakes the handoff to Ronnie Martin, instead slings the quick pass to Austin Ryan, who's able to reel it in and push his way just into Milford territory, but a flag comes in.
Pass caught by number 11, Austin Ryan. Flag on the field.
And we wait for the signal from the referee as the crew gets together, and now we see it is a holding call against the Foxboro Warriors. We haven't seen a whole lot of penalties so far tonight, but this one going against the Warriors. This will push them back inside their own 40-yard line. The official line of scrimmage now, the Foxboro 38. We're at a 2nd down and 17 as they will look to pass on 2nd down. Reeled in, it looked like Ronnie Martin, who was able to make the catch and get back close to the original line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, it is now Darren Kelly out there as the quarterback for Foxboro. 6.5 minutes to go until we reach the locker rooms.
Just wait, please.
You want me to wave? I'm gonna get. So now it's my turn.
9-yard gain on the play.
Kelly stays out there after the 9-yard completion. 9-yard completion, and now a whistle stops play.
Push out on Twitter. Thank you. Perfect for the pink out tonight.
And it looks like we will have a quick timeout on the Foxboro side. So as we mentioned before the game, this Foxboro team with 2 talented quarterbacks at their disposal. We've seen Mark Clegg orchestrate 2 successful drives, now getting a chance to see Darren Kelly.
Keep moving.
Clegg a junior, Kelly a senior. And back out of the timeout. The quarterback running with it himself, deep inside Milford territory for the first down and a lot more. Quick acceleration for the big gain on the ground. The new line of scrimmage, the Milford 40-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. Just under 6 minutes to play now in this first half. This Milford defense needs to get a stop. And now Darren Kelly looking to throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right and completes it right at the first down marker. And now back in towards the middle of the field where the receiver finally brought down, but not before a gain that looks like now it will be shy of the first down. After the initial catch, it looked like they had the first down, but after a bit of a backwards run after the catch, it ends up being 2nd down and short. Kelly now with the pitch back to Ronnie Martin, who tries to hurdle over the defender. He gets forced out of bounds, but he does pick up the first down. Milford having similar difficulties with Ronnie Martin in 2015 that they had a year ago. Another first down for the Warriors.
You said I wasn't live.
Forcing their way all the way down now to the Milford 28. And no doubt this two-quarterback attack keeping opposing defenses off balance. Of course, this was something that Milford did themselves with Zach Lanzetta and John Hearns a year ago. Meanwhile, the play whistled dead. It might have been a timeout taken by Coach Joe Todd. Indeed, it was. The clock stopped at 4 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. It is 14-7 Foxboro. The Warriors offense on the move. We will continue to monitor their progress when we come back next here on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. This has been much more the kind of game you expect to see under inclement weather conditions, as we've seen the ground game used heavily on both sides, as meanwhile Darren Kelly, who continues to operate as the quarterback for Foxboro, this time unable to get out of harm's way as Milford is able to come through with the sack. So all the way back now to the, looks to be the 33, 34-yard line. Clock continuing to roll. Officially a 4-yard loss on the sack. Kelly, the handoff to Ronnie Martin, who is able to spin off one tackle, making his way towards the near sideline where he is forced out. DeSantis on the coverage again for the Hawks defense. Jack DeSantis, just such a valuable player for this team, really there in the trenches on both sides of the football. This sets up a 3rd down and manageable situation for Foxboro, as it will be 3rd down and 9 after that gain by Martin. Darren Kelly, he takes the snap, rolls out to his right, has some time, throws the strike across the middle, and it's incomplete. And close to an interception. And it looks like Dan Cosette, who was there close to the football in the end. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Foxboro staring up at a 4th down and 9. And we will see what the Warriors choose to do here. One weapon they do have in their arsenal is one of the steadiest kickers in the Hockomock League, but still looking at a long-range field goal. The Warriors choose to keep their offense on the field. And Kelly drops back to throw, looking deep down the field where the catch is made. Right around the 5-yard line, where it is, again, Jason Procaccini who is able to make the grab. So a gutsy play call right there by Coach Martinelli. But it's paid off in a big way, as Foxboro now is set up in a 1st and goal. Milford able to get the big stop on 3rd down, but they could not prevent the Warriors from getting the 1st down play on 4th and 9. Flags came flying in on that last play from both sides of the field. Off the carry by number 32, Ronnie Martin. And this one going against the Warriors. So Foxboro backed up a bit, 2:54 to go. Foxboro winning the coin toss back to start this game. They elected to receive, so coming out of halftime, Milford will have the football first. The defense trying to come through with a big play here. As Kelly keeps it himself, he's able to find some space up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. So Kelly keeps it himself, in for the score. About 10 yards on that touchdown rush for the quarterback, Darren Kelly. And so after the long drawn-out drive for Milford that cut the lead in half, Foxboro able to answer right back. And now the extra point away, and it is good. 2 minutes and 39 seconds remain in this first half. It is now 21-7. Foxboro out in front of the Milford Scarlet Hawks here on coverage of Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV. Foxboro able to convert a big 4th down and 9 on that last drive. And ultimately, they were able to put the ball in the end zone for their 3rd consecutive drive in this first half, as now Milford receives the kick, and Jack DeSantis is able to bring it up just shy of the 30-yard line. Blake Hill was able to get in on the action late in Milford's last drive, punching the ball into the end zone from 2 yards out, but all in all, Blake Hill has been kept in check. And that's something we talked about quite a bit on last week's broadcast. These opposing defenses have looked completely ill-equipped to handle the size, strength, and athleticism of Blake Hill, but so far he has not been a major factor in Milford's offensive attack. 1st and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks, and the give is to Jack DeSantis, who fires his way straight up the middle across the 40-yard line, and he has the first down.
And now play is good for Scarlet Hawks.
DeSantis able to quickly accelerate from the backfield. He gets to the 41-yard line, an 11-yard gain on the ground for the senior captain. And Milford picking up the tempo as once again the handoff goes to DeSantis, but this time he is tripped up in the backfield, and that will be a loss. A significant loss for DeSantis as this pushes the Scarlet Hawks back 6 yards. 1:50 to go until halftime. Lanzetta ready to take the snap. He drops back. Under pressure, he's able to get the pass away, completed to Leo Maranta on the near sidelines, but he is pushed down.
Number 14, Leo Maranta.
And he's able to get to the 40-yard line, and that is a 5-yard gain on the short pass from Lanzetta to Maranta. It sets up 3rd down and 11 as we come down to the final 60 seconds of this first half. Lanzetta drops back, looks towards the near sidelines, has Nesta, and it's off his hands and out of bounds. That's the 2nd time Nesta's been targeted in the passing game tonight, and he's seen it bounce off his hands twice. This one a bit more of a catchable ball, but still, it will be 4th down and 11. And so Sean Lehane out on the field. Milford is going to punt, giving Foxboro about a minute to work with until halftime. And so now it looks like we will have a timeout on the field before the punt. Austin Ryan and Paul Darcy are back deep to receive the kick. It will be Darcy who makes the brief bobble and catch at the 30-yard line, then backs up and is immediately tackled by the special teams unit. They bring him down at the 28-yard line, excuse me. So 55.3 seconds to go, and we've seen Foxboro score in a couple of different ways so far tonight. We saw the 3-play quick strike on their first drive of the night that resulted in the 59-yard touchdown pass to Austin Ryan. So this is an offense that is capable of gaining tremendous yards in a short period of time. We've also seen them eat up a lot of clock with their ground game. It is Mark Clegg back out on the field. He completes the pass to Austin Ryan in the flat across the 30-yard line to about the 33, but a flag down. Clock stopped right now with 41.6 seconds to go, and this penalty going against the Warriors. Illegal block. So this will push the Warriors back inside the 20, just inside the 20 to the 19. It'll be first down now and about 19 as Ronnie Martin gets the handoff. So Foxboro's going to stay conservative here with time winding down in the first half. Likely to just let the rest of this clock tick down now, under 20 seconds to go. And it looks like Milford calls the timeout, trying to force Foxboro to make another play here before the end of the half. 18.1 seconds to go. It is 21-7. Foxboro out in front of Milford. And we will be back with the conclusion of this first half action next on Milford TV. 18.1 seconds left to go in this first half as Foxboro kneels down out of the timeout, and these final 10 seconds will come down off the clock. Milford already heading towards the locker room. As 3, 2, and 1, the first half comes to a close here at Milford High School. So a bit of a tough half for the Scarlet Hawks, who could not come up with a solution to this dynamic offensive attack of the Foxboro Warriors. They were able to score on each of their first 3 drives of the half. Milford able to get a touchdown of their own, courtesy of some big plays in the running game, concluded with a 2-yard touchdown rush for Blake Hill. So all totaled, it is a 21-7 lead for the Foxboro Warriors here at halftime. And we will stick around for the halftime show here tonight for the Milford High School Marching Band under the direction of high school music director Nadine Pomeroy. The first time the Scarlet Hawks Marching Band has had a chance to perform at halftime so far this season, of course, this being just the second home game of 2015 for Milford High School. The marching band out there in their scarlet and black uniforms, looking sharp, looking ready to go. So we will carry this halftime show for you here on Milford TV.
Let's go.
As both teams now head back up to the school to talk things over. No doubt Coach Todd, a lot to talk about on the defensive side of the football, looking for answers.
Yes.
And meanwhile, very surprising to see this passing attack for Milford as ineffective as it was. But meanwhile, we will take a look now at the Scarlet Hawks Marching Band as they are about to take the field here at halftime. Enjoy the show. The marching band now taking the field.
Now, fans, please welcome in the Scarlet Hawks Marching Band. The band is directed by Nadine Pomeroy and O'Day. The band is led by drum majors Griffin Bertnazzi and Stephen Donnelly. We now welcome them in for their halftime show. They'll be performing Show Me How You Burlesque, The Twist, Sweet Caroline, and Hey Baby. Spiriters, let's have a big round of applause for the Scarlet Hawks marching band.
We welcome you back inside the football field at Milford High School as we get set for the second half of this Davenport Division showdown between the Milford Scarlet Hawks and the Foxboro Warriors. Foxboro with the 21-7 lead. Milford a little tardy getting back out to the field after halftime. And we should say congratulations to the Milford High School Marching Band on their halftime performance, which we aired here on Milford TV. Now getting set for the second half, and for the Scarlet Hawks, they need to make some adjustments on both sides of the football. One touchdown drive and 3 tries in the first half. They did not see the field a whole lot. They did have one good long sustained drive in which their running game was really the key. But outside of that, a 3-and-out in their first drive, and then they were able to get the ball late in the first half with right around 2 minutes to go, but they were unable to get anything accomplished. They were able to get about to midfield, but that's all. The end result of that final drive of the first half, a punt. But Milford will receive here to get the second half started. So important to set the tone, as Foxboro did when they got the ball first to open the game. That was when we saw that dramatic third down scramble play by Mark Clegg that resulted in a 59-yard touchdown pass. The ball in the air, and this second half is about to get underway. A brief bobble by Jack DeSantis. He's able to recover and sprint up the middle as far as the 30-yard line before he's brought down. We saw Milford with some issues securing the ball on kickoffs in their early games on the season. That did not present a problem for them last week against Oliver Ames. Things drying out at field level. We really have not seen any rain since just the opening minutes of the first quarter. So Mother Nature cooperating, as what was a rainy evening to begin with turned out to be a decent evening in terms of playing conditions now. First down for the Scarlet Hawks as Lanzetta is able to connect with Blake Hill on the reception, and Blake Hill somersaults to midfield. A gain of about 20 yards on that quick pass. And that should do a lot for the confidence of this offense, finally seeing Blake Hill get engaged. That's just his first reception tonight. We did see Lanzetta target Blake Hill on Milford's opening drive. It was an incompletion, and we haven't seen much of Blake Hill since. Now on first down, they hand it off to Ryan Nesta, who was able to turn the corner a bit on the near sideline, able to get a gain out across the 45-yard line. Turns out to be a gain of close to 7 yards on the ground for Ryan Nesta. Second and 2 coming up, just 31 seconds into this second half, and Milford trying to push the tempo here as they are hoping to seize momentum. A couple of good plays to open up this drive and get themselves inside Foxboro territory. Now it's Jack DeSantis who's able to get across the 40-yard line for another Scarlet Hawks first down. So despite being a little bit late getting back out to the field, Milford ready to play as this third quarter gets underway. And we should point out, this has been a problem quarter for Milford all season long. All totaled, through the first 4 weeks of the season, Milford has only managed to score 7 points in the third quarter. Looking to change that here as Lanzetta looks to throw, looking for Chappelle Feaster, who was all alone, but the ball just a little bit under. Feaster tried to spin around and come back to the football, but just could not make up the ground to make the catch. He was open. Milford looking to come through with another big play, trying to open up this passing offense now as we get into the second quarter, which is really Milford's bread and butter. .10:01 on the clock. Lanzetta flanked by a pair of running backs. He gives it to DeSantis. DeSantis wrapped up, and now reinforcements arrive for Foxboro. Alston George able to initially latch on to DeSantis, and he held on until the rest of the defense came up for the stop. So just a gain of a single yard for DeSantis, and now all of a sudden Milford stares at a 3rd down and 9. 9 minutes and 28 seconds. Lanzetta with a single back to his right. Lanzetta a deep drop now, dumps it off to DeSantis, but a good job tracking the play. And making the tackle was James Blake, a junior for Foxboro, coming up from behind to bring DeSantis down. And a gain of maybe a yard on the play. So 4th down and 9, and all of a sudden after those big plays, first in the air from Blake Hill and then on the ground from DeSantis, the end result, a punt as Lehane sends it on a line. Foxboro fields it inside their own 5. Now it's Austin Young who is able to find space on the far side of the field, out past the 30-yard line. He's able to get past the kicker. Only one man to beat. He gets past him, and Ryan will be all the way for the touchdown as he pulls up in the end over 95 yards as Ryan picks that ball up inside the 5 and takes it the distance for the touchdown. It doesn't appear that there are any flags on the field, so it will count. Quite a blow for Foxboro to deliver after stymieing the progress of Milford. More than 90 yards on that punt return for a touchdown for Austin Ryan, and the tackling just dreadful for the Milford Special Teams unit. And that has been a problem throughout this game as the extra point is good. Quite a momentum swing as Milford gets the ball to open this quarter. Their drive comes to a halt, and then Foxboro takes advantage with a huge punt return for a touchdown. And now with 8 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the third quarter, it is now 28-7 in favor of Foxboro here on coverage of Milford High School Athletics on Milford TV.
Tell me when they switch.
Tackling a big issue for the Scarlet Hawks tonight. They have seen a number of situations in which they have allowed Foxboro to wriggle out of danger. And an incredible job by Austin Ryan right there, who picked up the punt off the turf inside the 5-yard line and was able to take it all the way for the score, as now Milford looks for a push on the kick return here. They're able to get out past the 35-yard line, but a flag comes in the end. And this is a hold against the Scarlet Hawks. We look at some of the final scores over the last couple of years. Again, we talked about the huge rushing day for Foxboro a year ago against Milford. That ended up being a 40-21 victory for Foxboro. And in 2013, it was a 36-7 win here in Milford for the Foxboro Warriors. So they have had the better end of this matchup over the years that they have been division rivals. Milford not getting much started on that first down carry as we go under 8 minutes to play in the third. And things eerily quiet here on the home sidelines and also amongst the team. On 2nd down and 8, Lanzetta will try to run with it himself, but he is pulled down. And that is negative yardage for the quarterback. And that punt return really looks like it has sucked the life out of this Scarlet Hawks team. Their confidence looking to be at a low. Things so promising out of the gate in this third quarter, but the offense brought to a halt after they got inside Foxboro territory, and we know what has happened since. And so before we see the third down play, it will be 3rd down and 10 for the Hawks. A timeout is called on the field as Coach Todd looks to re-energize his group. 7 minutes and 12 seconds remain in the third quarter, and it is 28-7 Foxboro as we bring you coverage of Milford High School athletics on Milford TV. Out of the timeout, it is 3rd down and 10 from the Milford 18-yard line as Lanzetta drops back to pass, has some time, fires it across the middle, and it is intercepted.
Lanzetta's pass is
Intercepted at around the Hawks 27. And there were no Hawks receivers in the vicinity. And this third quarter continues to spiral out of control for the Scarlet Hawks. We mentioned it a few minutes ago. This has been statistically the toughest quarter for the Scarlet Hawks through the first 4 weeks of the season. That trend is continuing. So Foxboro brings their offense right back out. And now the Foxboro offense heading over towards the sidelines, wanting to talk things over with the coaching staff. We mentioned it back during the first half. Jack Martinelli, the head coach for Foxboro, who recently claimed his 250th victory of his career. Meanwhile, the cheerleaders as well as the mascot for the Scarlet Hawks trying to keep this team in it. The Hawk believes Milford can come back. Does the team believe it? We'll find out. And looking at the stats, once again, the second half breakdown for Milford and their opponents. 37 total points scored in the second half by the Scarlet Hawks through 4 weeks. They've allowed 52 points in the second half to their opponents, so outscored in this part of the game, and in particular in the third quarter, where they have been outscored by a margin of 21-7. And so as we come back out onto the field, Milford with a first down, and they hand it off. They have the first down and more as they head out past the 45-yard line. So a penalty, miraculously taking that interception away for Zach Lanzetta. It gives the Scarlet Hawks a second chance, and now all of a sudden they've got a first down out at their own 45. Initially, we did not see any flags out on the field, but the penalty enforced, and Milford now trying to take advantage on first down. It is DeSantis. A flag comes down in the backfield as DeSantis pushes his way out across the Foxboro 45. But we will find out the result of the penalty marker. It's going to come back. The call going against Milford. The flag down at the 43-yard line of the Scarlet Hawks. That is where they will mark Milford down. And from there, they assess the penalty yardage. So now Milford moving in the wrong direction. The penalty gives Milford a second chance, and now this penalty pushes them back inside their own 35, all the way down to the 33, where it is first down and 20 yards to go. They go right back on the ground to DeSantis, who's able to elude one tackle. Out of bounds around the Milford 40, and a flag flies in at the end of the play. So penalty heavy here over the last 3 plays, and this time it's going to go against the Warriors. And it looks like they called it against Bob Kearse, who was voicing his displeasure with the result of the penalty. So personal foul against Foxboro. This officiating crew working at a diligent pace. So right now this game hinging on these penalties as we've gotten wild swings in field position based on these last few flags. The ball now is going to be spotted down at the Foxboro 45-yard line, where it will be a first down for Milford. It'll be 1st and 10. Lanzetta will throw on first down. He has it completed to Blake Hill, and no, the ball pops out. Incomplete. Foxboro falling on the ball at the end of the play. Foxboro saying it was a fumble, but no, an incomplete pass. It will be 2nd down and 10, and that is a rarity to see Blake Hill drop a ball that hits him right in the hands. We've seen him make some amazing catches. Those hands like Velcro, but not that time. An incompletion setting up 2nd down and 10. Maranta in motion towards the near side as Lanzetta looks to throw again. They look for Hill, and again, the pass is incomplete. And this time, a little miscommunication between the quarterback Lanzetta and the receiver Blake Hill. And so now it is 3rd down and 10. Milford teetering on the brink of disaster throughout this drive. The ball remains on the Foxboro 45-yard line as Milford takes the line. Blake Hill split out wide to the near side. 6:12 to go in the 3rd quarter as Lanzetta looks deep down the field, looks for Blake Hill, who makes the catch at the Foxboro 12-yard line. A gain of over 30 yards in the air for Blake Hill. Blake Hill in a one-on-one battle, and he is able to take advantage. And finally, we see number 42 make his presence felt in this receiving game. Getting Milford all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A quick running play after the gain for Hill. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 10. The clock winding down towards 5.5 minutes to play. Milford needing points. Lanzetta, a quick pass. It's in and out of the hands of Maranta. Oh, he had the touchdown. Started heading towards the goal line before he secured the catch. Maranta ever so briefly had it in his grasp, but let it drop to the turf, and it will now be 3rd down and 9. Some crushing drops on this series. It will come down to a 3rd down and 9 play from the Foxboro 10-yard line. A timeout called on the field. 28-7 Foxboro. Can Milford put it in the end zone? We will find out next here on Milford TV. 5 minutes and 21 seconds remain in this 3rd quarter. Milford staring at a 3rd down and 9 situation deep inside Foxboro territory. The line of scrimmage is the 10. Milford can get a first down without a touchdown. So the official line of scrimmage actually the 11. The offense ready to go now as Lanzetta takes the snap, the pass away, And incomplete as Hill turned around towards the official looking for a flag. But he was covered well, and the pass incomplete, setting up 4th down and 9. And that was Austin Ryan, who has been outstanding in both the receiving game and the return game tonight, who was able to cover Blake Hill on that last play. The offense stays on the field for 4th down. Lanzetta again looking to pass. He has it complete to Blake Hill towards the goal line and in for the touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown reception for Blake Hill. And Milford is able to up their point total to 13. 28-13 the score right now with the point after coming up. Lahane out on the field as the cheerleaders celebrate. What a wild drive that was for Milford as Lahane's kick is in the air and it is good. 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go, 28-14 now the score. Anything can happen in this third quarter. And more to come next here on Milford TV. After a costly drop at the goal line for Leo Maranta, it looked like Milford was in danger of squandering another promising drive, but Blake Hill able to come through with the tough catch and run into the end zone for Milford's second touchdown of the game. And now a short kick here for the Scarlet Hawks, as it looked like they might have been going for an onside kick there. But Foxboro is able to recover. And after the punt return for a touchdown earlier in this half, no reason not to try a play like that for the Scarlet Hawks. The ball comes to a stop at the 32-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Foxboro Warriors. Foxboro has scored every time they have touched the ball with the exception of their final possession of the first half where they took a knee. So Milford has not been able to really find an answer for this offense at all tonight. Now, after getting their second touchdown, the defense really needing to stand tall, as it will be 2nd down and 7 after a short gain on 1st down. 4.5 minutes to play in the quarter as the handoff goes towards the near side. Blake Hill able to get in there to force Ronnie Martin down. He was able to get across the 40-yard line. It's going to set up a 3rd down and short yardage to go. Roughly 8 yards gained on the ground that time for Ronnie Martin. Martin, the senior running back, listed at 5'11", 175 pounds. So right now the chains being brought out onto the field. The clock stopped at 4:26. And we wait to see the stretch, and the nose of the football across, good for the 1st down. Just barely enough on that carry for Martin, but it sets up a fresh set of downs for Foxboro. 28-14. Still a 2-touchdown lead for the visitors. The new line of scrimmage is the Foxboro 42. Mark Clegg back out there as the quarterback for Foxboro. And it looked like the officials trying to keep the Foxboro coaching staff fully off the field. as they hand it off quickly to Ryan. Austin Ryan still on his feet. Now he's able to get the first down. A good second effort for Ryan. Austin Ryan with that elusive ability that he demonstrated on the punt return. Now again, just causing nightmares for this Milford defense to try to bring him down. You have to imagine the next week of practice is going to involve a lot of coaching from Coach Todd on finishing up tackles, as this is a good second effort here on the ground on the first down carry. This time Ronnie Martin getting the football. Martin has not quite taken over this game the way he did against Milford last year, but he hasn't really needed to. A lot of the other weapons for Foxboro holding up their end of the bargain. And so Coach Todd now will call a timeout as the defense faltering again, as Foxboro has advanced the football all the way down to the Milford 35-yard line with 3:44 to play in the third quarter. The defense in need of a big play. We'll see if they can get it next on Milford TV. Both teams back on the field out of the timeout as we continue this coverage of Milford versus Foxboro high school football on Milford TV. I am Tim Coette. And on first down, the give once again right up the gut of the Scarlet Hawks defense. Martin again able to advance the football up to, looks to be the Milford 29, where it will be second down and 4. Foxboro content to watch this clock continue to tick away. Just over 3 minutes to play in the third. Flag takes the snap, the pitch back to Martin, and Martin is tripped up. DeSantis able to get into the backfield, wrapped up the legs of Martin and brought him down for a loss.
Hey, we're going base.
This will bring Foxboro back outside the 30. So it will now be third down and 6 for the Warriors. Clag in the shotgun, has a man in motion. Looking to throw, he dumps it off up the middle. It is complete. And first down now, still on his feet up the sideline is number 7, Connor McNamara. So Milford fails to make the third down stop, and instead now Foxboro inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, where it will be first and 10. As we approach 2 minutes to play. Clag in the offense, back on the field. The handoff goes to Martin, who receives little resistance up the middle. He spins to the outside and is in for the touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown run for Ronnie Martin. And Foxboro again is able to answer the Milford score. They go up 34-14 with a point after coming up. So again, we talked about it. These are two of the more powerful offenses in the Hockomock League this season. Foxboro showing up as advertised. Foxboro had scored 79 total points on the season coming into tonight. You can tack on now an additional 35 to that, as Foxboro now opens up a 35-14 lead over Milford with just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. More to come next on Milford TV. A line drive kick for the Warriors that is bobbled by Milford just outside their own 25-yard line. And now the return man still on his feet. He's able to scramble up close to the 45. So after the ball was boxed around a bit, Milford able to recover to get the ball out as far as their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position. So Milford back out onto the field now to start their 5th drive of this game, their 2nd possession of this second half. DeSantis gets the carry on 1st down. He's able to just get it across midfield. Time not on Milford's side. Down by 21 points with under 90 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, they keep it on the ground for DeSantis on 2nd down. He is able to get out across the 45 to the 44. That will be good for a 1st down. But Milford needing to put points on the board in a hurry. A minute 16 left in the quarter now as Zach Lanzetta takes the play call from head coach Joe Todd. Lanzetta now relays the play call to the huddle. Lanzetta with a back to each side on 1st and 10. The quick handoff to Chappelle Feaster. He's able to find some space on the far side of the field. One man to beat and forced out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A huge gain on the ground, quick acceleration for the freshman Chappelle Feaster, and Milford is in business. And it's instead now a flag down on the field, and this is going to come back a crushing blow after the huge gain by the freshman. The penalty goes against the Scarlet Hawks, and all of those yards wiped off the board as Milford will end up back inside their own side of the field. The holding penalty pushes Milford back to the 45, where it will be 1st down and 20. 43.9 seconds to go. Lanzetta, the dump-off pass to the far side, completed, brought out towards midfield. That might have been Tony Mobilia on the reception. You can make that Ryan Nesta. The ball right at midfield on the 50-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 15. Just 12 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and it looks like Milford is content to allow these final seconds to wind down. Every moment precious when you're down by 21 points, but Milford will head over to the sidelines as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Milford able to put a touchdown on the board in this 3rd quarter on the 11-yard touchdown reception by Blake Hill, but with just 11 minutes to play in this game, Milford trails Foxboro by a score of 35-14. They will have the ball when we come back next on Milford TV. Milford will now move from left to right as we open up the 4th quarter. Here from Milford High School, Lanzetta looking to throw on 2nd and 15, and sliding to make the catch is Jack Capoletti. Just able to haul it in as he slid on the turf. And they mark him down at the 37-yard line, so that will be just shy of the 1st down. It will end up being 3rd down and about a yard to go as the rush comes up the middle. Plenty for the 1st as DeSantis gets the carry. Milford huddles up with just over 10 minutes to play in this football game. Again, they hand it off. It goes to Feaster. Feaster to the near sideline where he is pushed out. Caught by his teammates on the sideline.
Jack DeSantis, the ball carrier.
Clock stopped at 10:26. Just 2 yards gained on the play for Feaster. Lancetta to the huddle. Lancetta's thrown for just 1 touchdown so far on the night. The other score for Milford, a rushing touchdown. As this ball is completed to Jack Capoletti around the 30-yard line, he's immediately met by the defense of the Warriors.
Pass off on number 11, Jack Capoletti.
They mark Capoletti down just shy of the 32.
Loss of one on the catch, 3rd down, 9.
And that will actually go as a loss for the Scarlet Hawks, setting up 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Certainly in 4-down territory at this point with such a large deficit to overcome. They fake the handoff. Lancetta through traffic, looking downfield, and the ball glances off the hands of Capoletti. It is incomplete. Leo Maranta back there trying to reel in the catch, and that is the 2nd big drop for Maranta in this game. Maranta could easily have 2 touchdowns in this game if not for, like I say, those costly drops. So now 4th down and 9. Milford so poised a week ago against Oliver Ames. Every receiver in this Milford offense getting involved, having success, but it has been a different story tonight. Everything's been a struggle. Nothing has come easy for the Scarlet Hawks. And they stare up at that 35-14 deficit with a timeout taken on the field with just 9 minutes and 31 seconds to go. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics right here on Milford TV. A tough night for the Scarlet Hawks. They face 4th down and 9 coming up here as the pass from Zach Lanzetta looking for Blake Hill on the far sideline, but it is incomplete and it will be a turnover on downs. And you'd think at this point Foxboro is going to be able to bleed a lot of this clock away with 9:26 to go. The ball spotted on the 32-yard line of Foxboro. That is where the Warriors will take over. So the Warriors putting themselves in position to remain perfect on the season. Coming into this game with a 4-0 record. The only other unbeaten team in the Hawk is in the Kelly Rex division in North Attleboro as the back in wide open territory, and this is going to be a quick strike and a dagger for the Foxboro Warriors. All the way from their own 32-yard line into the end zone for the touchdown. "68 yards on the run for Foxboro. Clegg keeping it himself and taking it to the house. So you look back to the 59-yard touchdown to open the game for Foxboro, the 95-plus yard punt return for a touchdown, and now here 68 yards on the very first play after Milford failed to convert on 4th down. So the extra point good, and after Milford was able to notch 42 points in a victory against Oliver Ames just 7 days ago, they have now allowed 42 points to their opponent here at home tonight. 42-14 the score, 9:14 to play. More to come next here on coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV. All night long, this Foxboro offense has given the defense of the Scarlet Hawks fits. A 68-yard touchdown rush just moments ago as Jack DeSantis returns the kick now. Shy of the 35-yard line. And just a difference. What a difference a week makes, I should say. Everything going right on both sides of the ball for Milford last week. I mean, again, you just look right through all of the stats from last week. Oliver Ames only running a total of 33 offensive plays in the game last week. They were held under 100 yards of all-purpose offense with 88, so everything looked good for the Scarlet Hawks defense last week, but just not the case tonight. Finding no ability to stop this powerhouse offense from Foxboro. Meanwhile, Feaster gets the carry on first down. Barring a miracle comeback, Milford is going to fall to 2-3 on the season with just 2 weeks to go until the playoffs are decided. And as we look ahead to those next 2 weeks, a road matchup with Sharon, and then they come back home to play Stoughton, and both of those games are going to be Saturday games. As Milford is able to gain the first down on the ground, 8:56 to go in the fourth. The marching band keeping the fans entertained late in this game. Lanzetta flanked on each side by a running back. The handoff goes to DeSantis. DeSantis wrapped up quickly in the backfield. The clock rolling on Milford, down to 8.5 minutes to play. Second down and 10. Lanzetta trying to keep the hands dry as he takes the snap. He hands it off again to his fellow senior captain DeSantis, trying to find some space on the far side, able to get a couple. Surprising to see Milford not taking chances downfield, instead looking at a third down and 8 from the 43-yard line. Lanzetta now fakes the handoff. He will run with it himself straight up the middle where he is sent down hard. And that looked like James Blake, who flipped Lanzetta down to the turf. And it sets up fourth down and 7, so they do give Lanzetta a yard of forward progress on that rushing attempt. And Milford content to punt the football away. It takes a bounce at the 35-yard line, rolls to a stop inside the 30. So, again, you can just see the confidence level really shaken all across the board on this Milford team. We saw the defense allow the Warriors to score on just a single play on their last drive, and now the offense really unable to get much accomplished. 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go. As this game really at this point all but decided. The offense back out there led by Mark Clagg, who has gotten the bulk of the quarterback duties tonight. Ronnie Martin gets the carry on first down. Brought down shy of the 35. So most of the first unit players still out there on the field for the Warriors. A 28-point lead at this point for the Warriors. Warriors rush back to the line, coming down to 6.5 minutes to play. And Clegg will keep it himself, tries to fake out the defender, but Ryan Nesta able to make the tackle. Third down now coming up for the Warriors. This worn-out Milford defense trying to contain Foxboro on this drive. Foxboro will let as many seconds tick off this clock as they can before they snap the football. Down towards 5 minutes and 45 seconds to play as they pitch it back. And good second effort late is able to push the Warriors forward for the first down. First and 10 for the Warriors, so again, Milford just cannot make that third down stop. From the Foxboro 42. Another handoff straight up the middle. Brought down at the 45. Akosa Omimu on the carry. Second down, 6 yards to go now. Expect to see exclusively run plays here out of the Warriors. Again, Omimu gets the carry. He rushes into the pile, stood up, and the officials will whistle the end of the play. Setting up a third down, shy of midfield. For Milford, you have to continue to think about those early road games. Franklin and Canton, winnable games right at the end, allowing big plays late, resulting in losses. About to suffer a tough loss here at home, and now they will head into the final 2 weeks prior to the playoffs, really needing to win both of those games. They were able to make a solid late push into the playoffs last year, and we saw what happened from there. They were able to notch a playoff victory against Hopkinton and eventually met up with Walpole in the semifinals. They will need a similar effort here in 2015. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It will be fourth down. And the punt away now for the Warriors. It takes a bounce right around the 20. And now a scrum for the football. Did it come in contact with Milford? It did indeed, and Foxboro walks away with the football. Recovered right around the 10-yard line. And the hits just keep on coming for this Scarlet Hawks team as they muff the punt return after finally stopping the Foxboro offense, and now Foxboro will come right back out onto the field with their offense just outside the Milford 10 with 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. And Foxboro kneeling down with it. Teddy Mayer out there under center, as it looks like they will try to run down as much of the remaining clock as they can. Electing not to score here despite being just outside the 10, content with their 42 points. Waiting for that play clock to wind down as now the snap again goes to Mayer. He takes the knee. We're under 2 minutes to play. So playing out these final seconds, and a lot of disappointment in the stands here and on the field for Milford tonight. It started out as a rainy, dreary evening. The rain clouds moved on, but unfortunately the cloud remains over the Scarlet Hawks team, who just struggled from beginning to end. It started with that long 59-yard touchdown reception for Foxboro on their opening drive, and they really never looked back from there. Milford able to get a single touchdown in the first half on a rush, a touchdown reception by Blake Hill in the third quarter. Hill actually responsible for both scores tonight. So Blake Hill's sensational individual season continues, as he will walk away now with a total of 6 receiving touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. So he has now hit double digits in total with scores on the season. But it was not enough here tonight, as we are under a minute to play. 4th down now for the Foxboro Warriors, bleeding out the remainder of this clock. And so they will take the knee with 4th down. So it will technically be a turnover on downs, and the final seconds of the fourth quarter will now tick away. Under 25 seconds to go. So again, a very difficult loss for Milford to absorb here tonight, but they will try to shake it off as they will head back out on the road for a tough game next week against the Sharon Eagles, as Milford looks to stay in contention for a playoff spot. Right now the clock stopped with 22.9 seconds to go, so not quite over yet, as Milford will head back onto the field. The slow walk towards the line for Zach Lanzetta. Disappointed with his performance tonight, no doubt, as are all of these Scarlet Hawks players. They will look to make improvements in the next week before they enter into a pivotal Week 6 matchup with Sharon. Lanzetta takes the snap. He will run with it himself, looking for some room on the far sideline, barrels his way across the 40-yard line before he's brought down. And a flag comes in right at the end of the play, as looks like Jack Capoletti might have been hung up with one of the Warriors players. Looked like it might have been Connor McNamara jawing with Capoletti after the play. So the clock rolling now, Milford moving towards the sidelines. We will not see another play in this game. The final seconds extinguished off the clock, and that is your final. 42-14, Foxboro comes to Milford, and they blow out the Scarlet Hawks by that final score of 42-14. So a very tough loss for Milford this evening as the fans head towards the parking lot, and we want to extend a thank you to our great crew on hand for this game tonight. Our technical director, Rob O'Keefe, and our camera operators, Matt Winsky, Malcolm Zale, and David Squibb. And I am Tim Coet. Your final score, one final time tonight, Foxboro 42 and Milford 14. This has been a presentation of Milford High School Athletics here on Milford TV. So long, everybody.